So, I've written some darker stuff lately, and so I'm just gonna kick off with two of the darker pieces that I have. So the first one is called The Wrong Luggage. Stop shoving me into boxes or suitcases. It is too small. Maybe I am not at all. Just bigger, too big to fit in fully. Despite your aggressive pushing, my legs hang out limply. My arms bent. My shoulders will not shrink to fit in. My eyes very confused looking at you. Are they green still, or now dark brown too? Halfway between consciousness, protection, and purgatory. Halfway in and halfway out of all your boxes, packages, bags, and lockets. Perhaps hidden in your pockets. Unlikely many suitcases make some sense. Holding bits and pieces of me instead. Quite dead, for it is your nature to split people into smaller boxes. Mother Nature, simply a serial killer, waiting to be caught but never tried. Enticing you to keep me a bit too protected. Halfway in the air is suffocating. That's like super dark. I haven't done a second draft of it, so I'm not sure what it is yet or where it's going to end up. But in October, I'm releasing it's going to sound weird, vampire punk 90s graphic novel and poems. Okay, so that's almost done. And in 2025, I'm going to release a book called Bats in the Rafters, which is kind of about coming of age as a weirdo. Can't imagine that. So, have a not flattering poem. So, trigger warning to people who really are down with their parents. This is a little bit different.
Oh, good. I can't wait.
It's called Father, Not His Name. He passed a long time ago. Liquor eroded his body and soul with lies. While standing there over him, closing his eyes, sliding under the dark, cold hospital floor, empty inside. After shedding hours of my life to him through words, so at least he'd know who I had been. Mother, not her name either. She dragged me to the edge of hell and back, and covered the floor in red cranberry juice and oxygen tubing. An optimistic idea at best. Help her get better, get stronger. But she was a broken, battered, shattered bone of who she used to be. Now sitting alone, me, an orphan at this age. They both remain as dust in the house. A cobwebber ghost floats here or about, waiting for us to leave, to haunt whomever who lives here going forward. But she will never get the cranberry juice off of the floor.
Yeah. Yeah, I had one hell of a relationship with this cranberry book. Very interesting.
So then this one I did the other night. It's called Most Cautious Words, not scary. Not scary. Most cautious words. My hands cannot form clay, unable to mold the universe into infinite moments of you. Instead, my lips move to create, cease my thoughts and speak, life into you through words, my language, architecture, seeking levels within us that we have not yet reached. For an abundance of caution reminds me that my mind sculpts worlds of us through lips barely parting. So then I had a piece I'm going to have large. This is from Pebbles and Hot Soup, which is a graphic novel that's coming out. This I'll call a 90% draft version.
You do your own illustrations?
Oh yeah. John's got a copy. I can show you like a working copy.
Yeah.
It's called Dead Butterflies. He stood on the sewer drain, black leather scraping rough gray. Bits of sand flip up and sting my eye. Along this bed of water, it spills its stains from a large cold pipe. He stands like its guardian in the silent green crisp. I dance in the sand, I spin on its grains, stomach full of butterflies, swimming with liquor. of the stagnant water. They die as just being born. From worm-like they flutter to the sound of his black leather scrape, scrape. The only chance I see him is in the solitude of the darkness. No words, no sounds. My thoughts ripple against the edge of my skin, making night's only sound seem louder than it really is. He falls off the pipe and rips the ripcord, disappearing into the shadows of the trees. I stand alone, intense, silent, still, stagnant water, still dead butterflies, now gray, turning blue, still flourishing. Okay. This is also from that book, again, about 90%. It's called Silence Is. I bought this wonderful blackened flowers. It wrapped about me spectacularly. I looked like an angel. Or the devil in a little black dress. I called. He didn't answer. I screamed. He didn't come. I begged and borrowed from God, and he only laughed at me. Big teeth and painted lips, like some sick circus clown. Shelled as a child like circular color, hiding the ugly mask of dementia beneath. It laughed, and God laughed, and he never came. The man in the shop told me later, he's not worth it, honey. And I remember that forever, as I lay on the floor and cried for hours. The words stuck to me like glue that we put on our hands as children, only to peel away to learn that the truth beneath the ugly mask makes you become less numb. Makes you, and the consciousness that once guided you makes you unable to feel anything for anyone at all. And you wander the earth, stepping, I can't read this, I'm sorry. Stepping through the ashes, the skeletons in the flesh, the flies in the darkness, the intoxicating sound of their feasting creates white noise. I have to get the last slide in, but I just screenshot it, so where am I at?
At the beach.
Yeah.
Just recite what you know.
Huh?
Just recite what you already know.
Am I loud enough?
Yeah.
I'm always loud.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah.
How
Yeah.
long do I have it?
I don't know. That's up to Kathleen.
Do another one?
I'll be nobody's time.
Yeah.
Big
Bring it
finale?
on.
All right, so I'm just going to do a few that I know by heart. So, chased by old lovers. Saw Alice by all the trash cans in a pale blue dress. Sweet charity she seeks in the mix of bad, spoiled, and rotten. Filth, from clearly the source of the stench that permeates her nostrils, stains her dress brown and black, and is seemingly unfixable. She chased the Hatter, and she was once mad for each. They each wore several masks, even some red, painted like Diablo. Chase her through the dark forest? No, you will not. Chase her through the dirty city streets instead, where trash and tragedy meet, and the stains are less visible on the blue. She can blend into the brickwork and hide until the garbage truck rolls by. Luring. Another one?
Sure.
Dark or happier?
Both.
Dark. Yes, me.
Gloom haunting. You smell of old death and some withered destiny, both of which have chased me cold haunting for years. Coming from a long line of hidden, bad and crazy, my shoes click the cobblestones and hypnotize strangers. Me with some warm breath in my lungs, and you now cold, with nothing but remnants of yellowish bones. Someday my shoes will wear thin on the rough rocks below, but until then, my witchery will fool all the strangers around. But till then, my bags will drag heavy with memories of you, withering away warm legacy breath that cannot bloom. Less dark then, all right? Okay, stitched on heart. Clocks tick, moments of lost consciousness, bleeding eternally from that chest wound where you ripped right through me. Stuck here, stuffing it full of cotton fluff, keeping my blood inside was just enough. Then every part of me would not dry up. Perhaps in 100 years or so, stitches my fingers and weave will thread it up. Or no, sewing them a shape of a broken heart. Delicately over the cotton sewn, hiding the missing beating muscle below bone, wondering if anyone will ever know.